Hey guys, Rivethead here, and welcome to my E3 coverage. Today I'm going to take on Bethesda. They just did their presentation last evening. Now, I've been a fan of Bethesda games since they started, all the highs and lows. So I've been watching these things for the last few years. It's the first time I've ever chimed in, my very first type of video like this, so please be patient with me. It's all a learning curve. But yeah, they went off to talk about all the things that they did last year and the things that they are planning to do this year. The one thing I do appreciate about Bethesda when they do these things is they say that every title that they showcased is going to be here this year. A lot of it actually looks like it's coming up in October, so that's kind of cool. It's going to be busy fall for me. I'm very excited about it, just to get things started. So they started off their entire presentation talking about VR. They said they've been working on the forefront of VR for quite some time. So the first video game that they showcased was Doom. VFR as virtual effing reality, apparently. It looks cool. I will say that for sure. I've always wanted to have a first-person shooter kind of thing in VR world. It looks like you can actually decorate yourself out to be different types of like a fighter type of thing. I'm not too sure how they're working that out, because at one point you have like these mechanized hands. The one glaring thing that I found really weird is anytime I played a first-person shooter, control is paramount and key, and getting distracted by movement is going to be one of the things that's going to be horrible for me. And I noticed that there's this teleportation thing that they've incorporated in with it, where you actually move by, like, you point, you look at a place, and you teleport to it. I'm pretty sure that would destroy the heck out of any immersion for me getting into it, because I will spend more time trying to figure out where the heck I'm going to go than shooting and killing the enemy. So I don't understand why that's a thing, but it is what it is. I'll wait and see it when it comes out. I mean, I'm not going to, judge it at this point. The next title that they showed off was Fallout 4 VR. No effing in this one. The thing that I've been worried about, like I said before, was the movement. I've noticed that in a bunch of games that movement's always like something that's very arcane and weird. I've never understood why it is that way. But in Fallout 4 VR, it looks like it's just the game. Like, it looks like regular movement, you're doing things. Again, Bethesda has gone to thinking that I want to have a dollhouse, so I get to decorate the heck out of everything. Don't care about that side of it, but that seems to be a focus of things that they want to do, which is fine. They can do whatever they want. It's their company. I just don't have to want to play that kind of side of it. But other than that, it just looks like Fallout 4. It'd be cool to be immersed into the game. I've always liked that concept. I know they've been talking about Fallout 4 VR for a while. I'm pretty sure getting into some of those fights would be awfully daunting, but still really, really cool. Okay, so the next point that I'm actually wanting to cover is something that I've heard a lot of flack over today, and I'm not going to be a negative Nelly about this thing. The next thing they announced was the Creation Club. Now, this is what people are calling paid mods. It's something that they tried to come out with on Steam a year or so ago, and it flopped miserably. The community got really angry about it, and they said, no, we don't want to pay for mods. And this looks a little different, and this is why I'm going to give you my take on it, is that you use credits. I think they called them credits in order to purchase things inside the games. Now, again, the games that they were talking about are Fallout and Skyrim, or Fallout 4 and Skyrim. And they also have it so that they're going to be developing the mods as well as mod creators as well. And they're going to be working together. I'm assuming that the mod creators are going to be getting paid for this as well. But what they were guaranteeing is the fact that all of the mods that will be available in the Creation Club are going to be compatible with the games, your save games. They're not going to break the games, so they're going to be approved. This is something I've always taken issue with. I love playing mods. I think that they're a lot of fun, but there's a lot of times that I'll do things that it will actually break it. And if you don't load things in the right order and all this kind of stuff, and it becomes more of a hassle and like trying to play Jenga than actually playing the game. So I'm actually kind of excited about this. I mean, I have no issues with using credits. Now, I don't know if the credits are something I'm going to have to purchase with real world money, or if it's going to be something that I can earn by, getting credits in the game or whatever, reviewing things. I have no idea what they're going to do with it, but I don't see it as a bad step. As long as the mods are good, and they work and they're functional with the games, I'm all for it. I play a lot of modded games as it is. I like the fact that the community, it's always been a free thing. If you want to play the game and add more features to it, that's what a mod's for. I have no issues with rewarding and paying for something for that. It's going to work. It's not like a paid DLC or anything. This is something that is completely optional in order to add extra features to the game. So I don't have any issues with it. Like I said, there's a lot of grumbling about it today, but I don't see the negative side of it. There's a lot of people that make mods that work really hard, and if they can get, a little bit of reward recognition for it, I think that's kind of cool. So I don't take any offense to it at all. I think it's actually a good thing. So the big thing that came out of the entire presentation for me was the announcements of 2 brand new games. And they're both games that exist previously, so these are like sequels to them, which I'm very excited about. First one being Evil Within 2. This is a game that I've played. I have not finished it, but it looks like I'm going to have to, because it looks like this game takes place right where the last one left off. It was very creepy, very weird. So, I mean, I get freaked out sometimes. I don't necessarily get scared, but I kind of get nervous. So I'm going to have to get back in and finish it off. It looks great. It looks very interesting. They did not showcase a ton of the gameplay. It was mostly just like a gigantic cutscene. That was really cool. If you guys get an opportunity to, I would watch it. Like, to me, it was like a piece of art. I thought it was really neat. So it's, the character from the original games back. Just creepy, weird. I'm kind of psyched. I think they said they're coming out with this on Friday the 13th in October of this year. It could be fun. I think that scary games around Halloween are perfect. It's exactly the kind of thing I want, so I'm all for it. A lot of what they showcased is actually coming out in the fall. The DLC for Dishonored 2, which I haven't covered here because I'm not going to talk about DLCs or little things that already exist. They did a lot of talking about things that were already in existence, but that's coming out in September. The DLC is. This is coming out in October 13th. And then finally, the last game that they showed, which I'm actually the one that I'm more excited than anything, is Wolfenstein 2. I'm not too sure. When I looked at it, at times it looked like they were using the Fallout 4 engine. Other times it looked like they were using the engine for Doom. So I'm not sure which one they used. The facial thing is the part that kind of got me feel that it looked like, or it kind of had like the essence of looking like a Fallout game. But I love Wolfenstein. One of my first games that I played, that was a first-person shooter. The first one I remembered playing was Doom, and then Wolfenstein was another one that was available for mid back then. So, it always has a place in my soul and my heart. What I like about it is that this one looks like it's going to have a massive story attached to it, because the entire cutscene was drawing you into the storyline. Basically, was it B.A. or B.T. Patowski, whatever, I can't remember his name. That is me being stupid and should have been doing more research before this, but I'm reacting to it. Yeah, he's back from the war. It looks like it takes place in the 70s because of some of the characters that were in it, and he's trying to start a revolution to free America from Germany. His wife is pregnant with 2 kids, so he wants to have his kids with freedom, it looks like. But it looks like a very intense storyline. They showcase a lot of it. It looked great. Like, I honestly thought it looked like a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. This is, I know a lot of people are saying that, this Bethesda thing was like weak and was a bit of a nothing for them. I guess they just don't care for the same kind of games I do, because I'm actually kind of excited for it. I mean, I liked what they were doing. The 2 games that, 2 major announcements I thought were fun. Evil Within 2, I'm assuming, is not as big for a lot of people, but again, I like those kind of games. They're my kind of thing. Wolfenstein, or Wolfenstein, however you pronounce it, I've loved that series. I mean, I played those. They were great. Every last one of them. So to have one that actually goes back to the original and be a continuation for it, I'm cool with this. I'm more than cool with this. So yeah, there you go. There's my take on it so far. I also have a couple more that I'm going to be doing. One for EA and another one for Microsoft. We'll see how they come along. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of my take on E3 so far. And I'm going to be continuing this throughout the week as well. For me, it's an important time. I like looking at all the games that come out. This time of the year is always good for me. There's the CES show, and then of course E3. So if I had the money and the wherewithal, I would go to both, and it would be amazing. But hey, not yet. Maybe one of these days. But yeah, I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.